Chais, it's Kai, and honestly this is just gonna be me complaining for like 20 minutes, so strap on in.
Why are you such a coffee cat?
This coffee is very cold because I ordered it iced and then I let the ice melt, and now it's just in this cup so I don't have to drink it out of the plastic cup. But hello my chais, I am back on here again. Today, I don't know, I just wanted to sit down and talk about some things because I've had a very bad day. And this entire week has actually been really stressful. I've had a string of really weird, bad, but also good luck with my car. It's a thing, I don't know, let me just get into it. So, okay, I guess I should rewind back like a couple of months when I literally went to go take my roommate to work, and I went outside and went to crank my car and it just wouldn't turn on. It was making this like clicking noise and then like a weird hum after sometimes, and the radio was only working if I wasn't trying to crank it. I actually have a video of it up on my Instagram if you guys want to go check it out. It's at What a Coffee Cat with 2 T's instead of one, like What TA Coffee. Anyway, go follow me on there and check out that video if you feel like it. If not, just go follow me and like my selfies and maybe you'll be shout of the week. Self-plug. Because in the midst of all this complaining, I have to do something good, right? Anyway, I went to crank my car and it wouldn't crank and I started freaking out. I didn't know what I was gonna do. So my roommate made a friend at work, right? And the friend had a husband who is a mechanic. And his name is Shane. He's really great. And he came over and took a look at my car and was like, oh, okay, well this probably means it's the alternator. And he offered to install it for me as long as I went ahead and got the part. So he drove me to the store and we went ahead and paid for it, and I was like, this is a lot of money, but it's fine, because like I didn't have much more after that, but I was like, at least I have enough to cover the part, and I was just gonna give him like 50 bucks. I wound up just buying him another part instead. This part doesn't matter. Pun intended. So it wasn't the alternator. Okay, it probably was the alternator because when we looked at it, it was completely shot, but it wasn't just the alternator. After he installed it over a period of like 3 long days, me like getting rides or using Lyft or whatever, but eventually he finally got the alternator in the car, right? And I went to crank it all excited, like, yes, it's finally fixed, I can drive again. And instead of cranking up, it just made that same clicking sound. I'm embarrassed to say I immediately started crying. Anyway, so it wasn't the alternator, and he like ran tests on it and was like, okay, so I think it's the starter. So we went out and bought a starter, which is also very expensive. Again, took a couple of days. He finally installed it. I went to crank it up and started crying again because again, it did not work. So I went ahead and jumped my car. He actually had his brother along at that point. He jumped my car and it ran, and I was so excited. But something was off. My car felt kind of weird. I was noticing it was like really tight, like hard to turn, and it was making this loud squealing noise and I did not like it. Like something was off. And so I crank it up, I go back home, everything's fine. And then the next day, whenever we had to go to work again, I went to crank up my car and once again, it wouldn't crank. So I called him, then he came back over to look at it. Turns out the battery was also dead. All 3 of those things should have been fixed, right? We spent a lot of money to fix those things. We were planning on fixing the belt, so it was gonna be fine. Like it was just a little squealing for a little while, whatever. Jump to last Tuesday, so it was a little over a week ago. I actually drove my roommate to work even though I didn't work that day because I was going to take care of car stuff because my back tires are balding because there's some issue where my tires do this. I don't know. Shane thinks he knows what it is, so I'm gonna like ask him to fix it later on. Because of it, I blow tires every like 3 to 4 months, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less, depending on how much I drive. But frequently I have to replace both back tires. They're getting to the point they're bald. One of them is like about to start splitting. I've started like noticing the signs ahead of time because it's happened so often. And I was told to begin with, by the way, that it was a rear axle, which I have also been told is really expensive to replace. And when I told Shane that, he and his brother looked and they were like, you don't have a rear axle, so it can't be that. I was gonna do something else. Oh, I was gonna actually ask Shane to look at the belt or whatever was doing the squealing, just to make sure everything was squared away because the next Tuesday, my roommate was going to take my car to LA for a concert that he had already like booked the tickets for like months in advance. I was almost gonna be like, you can just take the car, I'll do it tomorrow, like it's fine. But there was something in my gut saying, no, you have to drive the car in case something goes wrong. I don't know why that was a thought of mine, but I was just like, no, I need to get up. So I got up, got in the car, we drove. It hesitated when I went to crank it and I was like, that's a little nerve-wracking, but it should be fine. Then as I'm driving, it's like every time I touched the brake pedal, it like lurched. It was really weird and the turning was really difficult. Like I was really having to fight with my car to get it to turn at all. And then I dropped him off at work and I started on my way back and suddenly the radio turns off. I live like a little under 10 minutes away from his work. So like hopefully I can just make it home, like everything's gonna be fine. The radio turns off, I'm like, that's scary, but we're gonna push through, right? Like it's just the radio right now. Then the display turns off. Then suddenly I can't use my blinkers, anything like that. I'm like starting to freak out. I'm like, let's go, let's go. Every time I touch a pedal, it's like lurching really bad. And I'm like, I should pull over, but maybe I can make it. I managed to be on a downhill slope at the time that my car just shut off. There were people behind me. I'm surprised that not a single person honked at me. Nobody was impatient. I tried to turn on my flashers, but like they wouldn't come on, obviously, because my car was just completely dead. So people were just like going around me like it was no big deal. I was like, well, thank God. Hi, sorry. Ironically enough, my camera battery died this time. But anyway, somehow I managed to fight with the wheel just enough and push on my brake and my gas just, I don't think pushing on the gas was doing anything, but the brake was still working. I managed to push it just enough and get just lucky enough to be on a downhill slope enough to get it down a side street and then parked in like some dirt right behind somebody's house. I only got it far enough so that I was blocking her, which sucked, and she wound up coming out after I like wrote a little note on a Sharpie or whatever and like helped me push it forward so she could get out later. And then the thing is, I also had a dying phone battery because I'd forgotten to charge my phone the night before and it was early in the morning, so I had like 14% and I had plugged my phone in. But anyway, and that was the thing, I would have kept it plugged in, but I had literally no battery power. Like not even my radio was working. The first time my radio was still working and my display was still working. This time, completely all died. So I called my friend Shane, the one who fixed my car last time, and just like crying, like shaking, like I could have gotten a ride from someone else. I don't know. I just wanted him to come and look at the car and see if that's what it was. And instead he actually came down and he jumped the car for me. And literally we're like 3 minutes away from my apartment at this point, like super close. So the way to get to my apartment, you're going down Main Street, right? And then there comes this left turn and there's always a red light on the left turn. And that's literally the road that my apartment is on. So I get to this left turn where the light is always red and it turns green about 10 seconds after I stop. I start trying to press the gas pedals and nothing is working. I literally died again on the left turn. So Shane gets out of his car and he comes around. He's like, oh my God, like what's happening? I was like, I died again. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like what? And like, he can't get around to come and jump my car because it's a big intersection. And so he's like, all right, this is gonna suck. Hold tight, put your car in neutral, make sure there's no brakes on or anything like that. I'm gonna push you. You can't eat the tree. It's not a chew toy, it's a Christmas tree. So basically he winds up installing the battery after it's been like charged and tested and everything. It's like fully charged up and he's like, you don't want to use it too much, but you can use this to get you to work until I can come, because they couldn't even order the part because it was right before Thanksgiving of all time. So they couldn't order the part until Monday. So my first day off this past week was Monday, right? And so on Sunday night, I was still able to use the car. Everything was still fine. I was like, it's okay. Like I'll drive today and then tomorrow we're getting the part. So it should be good. I'm sure it'll last. I was wrong. So I went ahead and started driving home and literally it started like acting weird again. And I had a really bad feeling. It wasn't like a lot of the same stuff, but like my seatbelt light came on out of nowhere. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But basically I wound up dying again on that same left turn, except this time Shane wasn't behind me. It was some random van with some random guy. I felt so bad. I'm like sitting there like freaking out and I'm just like, oh my God, like waving, like go around me, but they can't, there's no room. And so the guy gets out and he's like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, my battery died, I don't know what to do. And so he like gets out and pushes it with his hands. Like Shane pushed my car with his car, but that was because the road up to my apartment is uphill and it was the same road, but this guy was just gonna help me get it safely so I wasn't sitting in the left turn lane. There's like a cop who comes by, he's like, are you guys okay? I'm like, yeah, we're okay. So I'm like steering and this guy pushes me up crooked like at the corner, but like as much as he possibly could to get me out of the way. So everything's fine, right? I'm sitting there, I call Shane again, I'm like, my car just died again, I need help. He wound up pushing my car up the hill again. This is 2 times now. My car has just straight up died on the road and somebody's had to push my car, whatever. But I'm fine, I'm safe, it doesn't matter. And then he comes on like Tuesday night and looks at the car, he, you know, props up the hood, everything else, starts to take it apart, and then he's like, something's weird. Like I have a weird feeling about this. I was like, no, me too. Like I've had a weird feeling about this the whole time. Like, I don't know, like it doesn't really make sense. Like the battery's not dead and the alternator's new. Like everything, it's not like, it would be one thing if we had got used parts. We didn't get used parts. We got brand new parts with warranties. Like it doesn't make any sense. And so he's taking it apart and then he goes, wait a minute. And he goes underneath because there's like another bolt that he has to take off, and he's like looking, and we're like, what's going on? Like, what happened? What happened? And he's not really saying anything. He's like making noises, kind of mumbling to himself, and he comes back up and he's like, we don't have to replace your alternator. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, no, it's not that your alternator isn't working. There are two plugs that go into the alternator, right? The positive and the negative, because that's how any kind of electricity thing works. Like, so when we installed it the first time, we put in the positive, we forgot the negative. What? So the reason why it was squealing, the reason why it was running, I was running on battery power for like a month or two. I don't know exactly how long, but maybe like 2 months. I don't know, a long time. And that's why it died like that. Again, if I had waited and it hadn't died on me that day, it would have been taken to LA eventually and then died on the way there. And then it would have been stranded and everything else. Holy shit. So I get in my car, crank it, and it worked. Literally cranked right up. I'm so like, I didn't realize how much pushback my wheel had been giving me, because literally turning my car felt like my steering wheel wasn't connected to anything. Of course it was, because I was actually turning, but it felt like it had just popped off and come loose, and I was just wildly, just freely spinning it, which was not the case, because it was literally turning my car. Holy shit, and there was not a single squeal. And then I pulled right back in, everything's fine. The engine is fine, the alternator's fine, the battery's fine. Knock on wood for all of that. And my car's cleaned out, and I'm like, everything is great. Wow, everything's clean, everything's nice, I feel so accomplished. This is really what spurred me to finally sit down and just make this damn video, because it's all that's on my mind right now. If you follow me on my social media, you already know about this because I posted about it everywhere. So after about 2 hours of sleep, I get woken up this morning at 6:30 by my neighbor knocking on my door. And I get up, I'm all confused. I like open the door, put on my little slippers, I'm like, hello? And she's like, hey, your window's busted. And my heart sank. I was like, what? And I've been parking out back of my apartments, which like the alleyway back there is like owned by the city, not by the apartments, but there are these like covered parking spaces right beside the dumpsters, and it has a little light on it whenever it's nighttime, whatever, like it's great. And it's also easier to find parking because like nobody parks back there, which is also part of the issue. But my neighbor always parks back there. And so every time I've been back there, she's seen me, and I'm starting to be like, oh, well, I'll just park back here all the time. This is easier. And I was clearly wrong. But yeah, she's like, no, yeah, like your window's busted. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I just wanted to come and let you know, I'm warming up my car to get ready to leave for work, and I just saw it, and I was like, oh my God. So I put on my slippers because I'm dumb, my fuzzy new unicorn slippers. I'm like, yeah, let me just get glass all in this. I keep wanting to call it ice. I don't know. There are pictures all over my social media right now, on my Twitter, my Instagram. But yeah, go follow me on Twitter at Such a Copycat, or Instagram at What a Copycat. You can see that mess. But yeah, it literally had been shattered. The door was still locked. Nothing was taken or rifled through. Not that there's even anything in my car. First of all, I finally got all the trash out of my car. So it couldn't be that. And also, the only other thing in my car is like a $10 pair of sunglasses from Target, and then like a used Starbucks mug. That was literally it. Sounds like my coffee pot, but I turned it off earlier. Anyway, at least, like, here's the weirdly lucky part. Like, it happened to happen the night before payday. Like, I literally got paid today. Half of my paycheck was already going toward rent, and then I just spent like almost all the rest of the other half on a new window, which is coming tomorrow. That's all for now. I'm tired. I'm just like, I don't know. I was excited because I was like, maybe I can get some writing done because I'm up early, but no. And actually, my friend Megan is the best, and I love her. She's always like there anytime I need her, and I really appreciate her a lot. If you're watching this, Megan, you're the best. But she contacted me and was like, hey, like come over, like I can help you vacuum and whatever, and we can put like a fake window on there for you. So I drove over there, and it was fine. And that window, like the fake window works really well, so that was good. There's no point in that except that just like, I don't know, I have great friends. Like, I'm really fortunate in that sense. And like really lucky, because like if this had happened at any other time in my life, like I would have just been like, okay, guess I'm driving around with some glass shards because I don't own a vacuum. What kind of adult has an apartment and a mattress and a blender but no vacuum? Shouldn't that be one of the first things I bought? I don't know why it wasn't, but this is where we are. Anyway, this doesn't matter. I don't know, car issues and money issues and things like that, but right now, both car and money issues. It's just something that like anytime it's a problem, it takes up the entirety of my brain, and I like cannot focus on anything else. That's why I like, because it'd be one thing if I could like see it, deal with it, like I have an appointment scheduled for tomorrow and everything's gonna be fine. Now I'm gonna go to work and have a great day and I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna do this, or even get off early. Now I'm gonna write and I'm gonna edit and I'm gonna do all these cool things. No, I came home, I did clean. I'm proud of myself for that, but that's because I know myself, and the more depressed I am, the worse that my room gets, and if it's already dirty, it just kind of adds to it. So I went ahead and cleaned it while I was already up and then started doing this. So I don't know. Anyway, thank you for listening to me ramble. I don't know how long this video is. Oh my god, I'm so tired and I'm hungry, and I left my sandwich at work. I hope you enjoyed my complaining, my rambling, whatever, or at least, I don't know, was entertained for some reason by my weird string of bad but good luck. Like, very bad things keep happening, but in weirdly fortunate circumstances. Like, the window got smashed the night that like I was about to get paid, so I had enough to go ahead and replace it quickly. My car died on a downhill slope, and I managed to park it and then take it far enough to be pushed back. Once again, the second time that I died, somebody got out and was able to help me push it because it was a nice guy who wasn't sketchy. Just things like that, you know? And then it wound up not even being like something that I had to pay money for the alternator. So I'm gonna go. I keep saying that. See, this is the problem. It's always hard for me to end my videos. I feel really depressed and like, ow. Thank you so much for watching this. If you're still here, I'm literally shocked, and I love you. Like, who are you? Why do you care enough to stick around? I mean, please keep on doing it. Like, we're here for it. 10 out of 10. Actually, if you're still here, leave a comment that says gold glitter. Also, the first person to comment gold glitter will get their comment pinned. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really gonna actually go this time and finish my latte, and I don't know, just relax and watch a lot of maybe Sailor Moon or something. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not. Share this video if you like me. I know I'm not being my normal self just because I'm depressed and poor. My car got smashed today. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm just having a mental breakdown. It's all good here. It's just really nice to, I'm gonna be an emotional ass sap for a second here, but it's really nice to be in a place in my life where like, even though bad things are happening, like I can still kind of take care of them, and I have people around me who are like willing and able to help me. Like, I didn't even ask Megan for help. She was just like, come on over, like I'm gonna help you. I don't know, like she easily could have let me just drive around with like shards of glass in my car and like, you know, paint or plastic shopping bags taped over the empty spot of my window, but she like made me come over and help me out a lot. And I don't know, even Shane called me it was like, hey, I saw your post about your window, like, do you need a window? I can put it in for you. And I was like, damn it, why didn't I think about, I kind of felt bad too, because I feel like I've just been calling him all the time lately, hey, come do this thing for my car, hey, come do this thing for my car, and I feel really bad. But you know, I told him, I was like, oh, I actually, yeah, I already booked an appointment with SafeLight, or you know, I would like ask you to do it and whatever. And he was like, just, you know, they're gonna charge you up the ass, like next time just let me know, I'll do it. Like, trust me, it's totally fine. I was like, okay. And just the fact that he's helped me out as much as he has already, I'm an emotional ass bitch. But yeah, if you're watching this and you know me in real life and you're one of my friends or you've been helping me out or anything like that, just know that I really, really, truly appreciate you, even if I don't know how to show it, because I'm awkward as shit and I grew up not knowing how to process emotions or even acknowledge them. So I don't know how to really express it, but just, I'm so thankful for everybody in my life right now, and I genuinely love you. And for everybody watching me, like, you guys make this channel like a place that I can come and just vent and talk to you and be weird and creative and have fun, and like, I don't know. Our community may be small, but it's like really dope. So this is what happens when I get depressed too. I just get really emotional. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go and stop embarrassing the shit out of myself, and please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I promise most of my videos are not this whiny. I forgot how I ended my videos. I'm just gonna end it. Bye.
Why are you such a copycat?
Bye.